Hello, my name is Kaza. Nice to meet you. This is part of my 365 daily challenge. Speaking English for 30 minutes straight. Let's get started. Sorry. I skipped this challenge again. Today's day 307. It's hot recently. The rainy season ended. Then it's getting really hot. Like over 30 degrees became usual recently. Maybe it would get more hot, maybe, if I compare with the previous years. Today I did workout, running, and I washed my laundry. I washed laundry and yeah, but I was really slow. I was supposed to study for the the end of term test, not mid term, end of term. End of term test. So after this, I'm gonna study for management strategy class. Anyway, it's been a while since I did this. I did this challenge. And actually my school term is gonna be over soon because I can graduate from university if I don't drop my management strategy class. It is the only class that there is a possibility to drop. Like if I cannot get over 60% of the next test, I would drop out of the class. So I need to study very seriously in 3 days, today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, yeah. Anyway. So it means like I needed to get actually I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I am taking 5 classes in this term, and I knew that I already took 4 of them. I already took 4. I took the grade. I passed those 4 of them. In the only management strategy class is uncertain, so I need to study for that class for the last term, end term. How can I say it? My English feels off today. The rainy season has ended. It's getting really hot. Temperatures above 30 degrees have become normal recently. I feel like the weather is getting hotter compared with the previous year. No, I wanted to say, if I compare with previous years, temperatures will go up because 35 to 40 degrees were I think this summer right now temperatures are around 30 degrees. But if I compare with the previous years, it's going to be getting hotter. Maybe like 35 to 40. Because, in previous years, 35 to 40 degrees were normal for previous years. So if I compare those years, temperature is going to be hotter. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I wanted to say. Today I went running, did some laundry, and studied for my midterm exam. No, I wanted to say a final exam. Okay, I think temperatures are around 30 degrees right now, but based on previous years, it's probably going to get even hotter, maybe around 35 to 40 degrees. In previous summers, temperature between 35 and 40 degrees were quite common. So compared with how hot it is now, I expect temperature to rise even more. That's what I meant. Yeah. English is so hard. I think I need to restudy the basic English grammar, I guess. Anyway, today I went running, did some laundry, and studied for my midterm, not last term. I need to study. I need to study for my last term. Last term. Final exam. My final exam. I was pretty slow today. I wanted to start studying after afternoon, but I was too slow, so it was delayed. It was being delayed. I hate English. Sorry, I don't wanna speak English anymore. Today I went running, did some laundry, and studied for my midterm. I was pretty slow today, though. After this challenge, I'm going to study for my management strategy class. It's been a while since I did. What the fuck? I'm going to study for my management strategy class. Actually, my school term is going to end soon. I'll be able to graduate from university as long as I don't fail. Management strategy class. It's the only class that I'm still at risk of failing. It is the only class that I'm still at risk of failing. If I cannot get at least 60% on the next term, you would be doomed. I'll fail the class, so I need to study. If I can't get at least 60% on the next exam, I'll fail that class. So I need to study very seriously over the next 3 days. Today, tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. I'm taking 5 classes this term, and I've already taken the exams for 4 of them. No, I didn't. I didn't want to say that. I'm taking 5 classes this term, and I've already taken the exam for 4 of them. I know that I passed those 4 classes, but I'm still uncertain about my management strategy class. I need to study harder. I'm taking 5 classes this term, and I already know that I've earned credits for 4 of them. Pass a class, earn credits for a class for 4 of them. I'm taking 5 classes this term, and I already know that I've earned credits for 4 of them. Great sentence. Yeah, it all comes back to me. Okay. It all comes back to me, yes. It all comes back to me. I slacked off on doing this challenge. I'm slacked off on this challenge. I've slacked off on this challenge, so it all comes back to me. My English progress gets pushed back. My English is going to back and forth because I sometimes slack off on this challenge, and it all comes back to me. Actually, I'm tired of thinking whether my English is correct or not. I've been slacking off on this challenge, and now it's coming back to bite me. Not they bite me now. You said this ChatGPT said it all comes back to me, but he corrected what I said. お前が言ったんだろうが。くそ。Now it's coming back to bite me. My English progress has slowed down. I feel like my English consistently improving and then getting worse again. That's because I sometimes slack off on this challenge, and in the end I'm the one who suffers the consequence. Huh? My English progress has slowed down, and I feel like my English consists constantly improving and then getting worse again. It all comes back to me. Nah, he said it all comes back to me, but this time he said it brought it on yourself, on myself. I reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. I brought it on myself. I brought it on myself. You reap what you sow. I reap what I sow. I brought it myself. I know I'm fucking lazy, so nah, I don't know. I don't know myself and my life, everything. Yeah, let's review yesterday. Let's review the previous challenge. I feel refreshed both mentally and physically. Oh yeah, I went to a sauna. Yeah, that's why I felt refreshed both mentally and physically. I feel revived. Yeah, I felt revived after, after going to sauna. I got my energy back. It was tougher than usual because of the heat. It was tougher than usual because of the heat. Yeah, running. Today I went for a run, but it was really tough. I couldn't even over 3 kilometers. I couldn't even run over 3 kilometers. Just like 2.5 kilometers because too hot. The heat drained our energy. Yeah, the heat drained my energy today. Yeah, that's an excuse, but also is a fact. I had planned to run 10 kilometers today. I had planned to run. Actually, not distance. The time I had planned to run over 18 and 30, 18 minutes and 30 seconds, but I just ran 15 minutes or something. It's almost there, but I couldn't do that because it was too hot. The marathon, yeah, I went to a marathon restaurant with my girlfriend, and it was fun. I hesitate to say that, but like it's Chinese food and a little bit not clean. The inside of the shop. I hesitate to say that. Sorry, I wanna correct what I said. I need to say that. I hesitate to say that, but it's kind of my bias. But the I have an image that Chinese restaurant, like authentic Chinese restaurant. I mean Chinese restaurant. This is my bias. Sorry, but it's not they are not really clean, like inside the shop, especially, like Shibuya. Actually, Shibuya is a little bit dirty though, so uh, it's not about Chinese restaurants, but the restaurants in Shibuya tended to be dirty. Yeah, but a little bit dirty. The restaurant I went, Malatan restaurant. Sorry, summarizing it. So I went to a Malatan restaurant last week, and it wasn't that clean. Anyway, Malatan was very good, tasty. It was really tasty. I had planned to make it because the Malatan. Sorry. I'm a little hesitant to say this. I hesitate to say that. I'm hesitant to say this. I'm a little hesitant to say this. With respect, I'm a little hesitant to say that. I'm a little hesitant to say this. I'm a little hesitant to say this because I know it might just be my own bias. Because I know it might just be my own bias, but I sometimes have the impression that authentic Chinese restaurants are not always very clean inside. Like, cheap restaurant. Yeah, I'm talking about cheap restaurants, not, very expensive ones. They are really clean. I don't know the inside of kitchen, but I sometimes have the impression. But I sometimes have. I have the impression. Okay, I have the impression that authentic Chinese restaurants are not always very clean inside. The restaurant I went to was in Shibuya, and Shibuya itself can be a little dirty, so it might not have had anything to do. It's nothing to do with me. It has anything to do with anything. So it might not have had anything to do with it being a Chinese restaurant. Restaurants in Shibuya sometimes tend to feel a bit messy or crowded. I went to a Malaysian restaurant last week and it wasn't particularly clean. However, Malatin still was very tasty and I really enjoyed it. It might just be my own bias. I sometimes have the impression that authentic Chinese restaurants are not always very clean. Other than expensive ones. I sometimes have the impression that authentic Chinese restaurants are not always very clean, other than expensive ones. I sometimes have the impression that authentic Chinese restaurant, except for more, sometimes get the impression that some authentic Chinese restaurants aren't very clean unless they are on the more except for except other than. I sometimes have the impression that authentic Chinese restaurants, except for the more expensive ones, aren't always very clean. I went to Malad. Thank you so much. Bye bye.